Okay, so I've bought this vegetable glycerin and I borrowed some distilled water from chemistry, and I'm going to make my own fog juice using this guide on the internet. Or not guide, but this forum. They say up to 10%, so I'm going to start small and then do it that way. So, because I feel like a thicker fog juice might be able to create more smoke. So yeah, that'll be good. So yeah, I mean, just looking at the fluid itself, it is a lot more viscous than the normal fog juice. So yeah, diluting will be a necessity. So 10% of 5 ml, that is 0.5 milliliters of water. So yeah. So yeah, just by adding a tiny bit of water, it's become a lot more. It's a lot less viscous, sorry. So yeah, we'll see how well this works now. Okay, so currently now it's 10% glycerin. 10% distilled water, 90% glycerin. I've still got the fan, 2 batteries in series. I should probably check the voltages while using them at some point, but yeah. So here we go.
Okay. I don't understand what these things are for though.
Oh dear. So yeah, that's a lot more smoke. Which is pretty sick. That is definitely enough smoke.
Probably stop it.
Bolash. Oh no.
Let's hope we don't get a fire alarm.
Yeah, that's right.
When you do it again, you need to put more liquid. You ready?
Yeah.
7 volts.
Oh, it's broken. Not as much. Oh. Nah, use the other one. Yeah, 4 volts. So I've currently taken it all apart because it's quite dirty. So quick service to it. This is something I have to worry about in the final product as well. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to somehow write a guide to tell them how to take it apart, maybe. And yeah, that'll be quite important because otherwise it will clog up and get damaged. And that won't be good for the end user. Okay, so on a power supply, you need to, on the 24 pin or 20 pin connector, you need to short pins 4 and 5, and then it turns on. So that's what I've done there. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't see that. How did it go?
Fine.
Oh yeah.
It works. So I mean, it is running at 6 volts. So
Oh, that's more than enough.
yeah. So yeah, that's pretty good.
Think months about that one.
Okay, so I just added a second coil because not running a power was not an issue, and then I tried plugging the whole thing into the 12 volt rails, but the power supply decided to just turn off. I reset it and tried again, but yeah, it just stopped working. So I'm going to see if it will work on the 5 volt rail, which is actually like 6 volts. But yeah, back in a sec. Plug it back in into the 6 volt rail. So we get some heat. Not much. Not as much smoke, to be fair. We get a decent bit, but if I turn the fan up, it seems like we do get quite a bit more, which is a good thing, I guess. So I'm gonna get the leaf blower on and try using that instead of this little fan. So yeah, there's quite a lot of heat in this right now. So I feel like a 3D printed case is not going to work for this. yeah. Okay, so I'm just about to see how fast it goes through this nozzle. So nearby it was reading 26 meters a second, but it doesn't hold it, so a bit of a rip. But, so this fan, where is it? This fan was doing 6 meters a second when it was really close by, so more like 3 on the actual coil. We're now going to see what 25 meters a second it can do, or if it's too cold. That previous leaf blower experiment, using a anemometer, it was reading about 10 meters a second, which was fine. But when it was 25 meters a second, really close, it was actually quite cold. The coil got too cold and wasn't really producing much smoke. But the further out it got, the further away the leaf blower was, the more smoke it produced, which was pretty neat. And there was quite a bit of smoke as well. I would say a bit more than last time, but yeah. So it's kind of a balance between how cold you want the coil to get and how cold you want the coil to get and how fast you want the airflow. So, you know. Okay, so I've currently set up the system as because I'm sucking the air through that way. So power supply there, smoke thing there, everything's connected. So once I turn it on, this should start smoking. Leaf blower will turn on. Unfortunately, it's only 3 meters a second, so I'll have to watch the coil, make sure it doesn't get too hot. I might actually get a temperature probe as well to see how hot it does get. That'll be quite useful. So yeah, I'm just going to see how well you can see the smoke in the tunnel. And I've got some objects over there which I could try putting as well. So yes, that's the plan. See the smoke now coming in, hitting the diffuser. And if I put this in the way, over here you can kind of see it rushing over. It might not come off on camera well, but it's better in real life. Stuck it down with some side tape, and as you can see the smoke kind of comes in and then just bounces over, and you can kind of see it actually do something, which is amazing. Woo! Yeah. The lighting kind of helps quite a bit. It's a lot easier to see with the light, I think. So what I'm going to try next is a backlight, a dark background. That should help it detect better, so I'll just stick something down on it. But yeah. One thing that I have noticed after that stress test, pretty much what it was, is that one of the coils has burnt quite significantly. Like it's definitely black in some spots, which is not what you want. I think that's the one with definitely less cotton wick in it. So. It needs a large amount of wick, I think. I also think I've run out. Oh yeah, it's dried up quite a bit. So yeah, apparently it uses quite a lot of fluid as well. It's a bit of a yikes. So I've just cut the black piece of the card to make the background black, so this makes it easier to see. So Maybe it's also take the No, with it out of battery. So I just did an experiment. Well, I was trying to actually clean up the liquid in here so it doesn't clog up over half term. And what I found was actually it produced a whole lot more smoke when I used a leaf blower on it to blow away the smoke because of the higher airspeed. So I feel like it's actually going to work better when there's more airflow, and because currently the plan is for the second version to blow air from a big space into a small space through something like this, or the equivalent, the airflow over that should actually be quite fast. So you should hopefully generate quite a lot of smoke. And that's the plan anyway. So yeah, it might actually work out.